Good morning to one and all present here. I am Ramya Devi, working as Assistant Professor in SNS College of Engineering. Today I am going to share a small article regarding HTML, its history and the versions behind it. So what is an HTML? So HTML is an hypertext markup language used for describing the web pages. So it is not a programming language, it is a markup language. A markup language is a computer language that uses tags to define elements within a document. And this is the overall structure of an HTML page structure. So the first line is doc type HTML, which tells the version of HTML, and the HTML is the root element, and head used to contain the page HTML metadata, and title is the title of the HTML page, and body contains the content of your actual HTML, and there are so many HTML elements, in which in this example we have seen an HTML element called P, so which is an paragraph tag. So here HTML markup language is a human readable, meaning markup files contain standard words rather than a typical programming syntax. So HTML is not a single language, but the name for the family of related languages like XHTML is HTML defined as an XML application, and the two most popular languages are HTML and XML. So HTML is hypertext markup language and XML is extensible markup language. So this is the overall page structure, in which HTML, which acts as a root element, in which the HTML is divided into two parts. One is head, the other one is your body. So head contains the metadata of your HTML, like the title, the script, style of your HTML web page, and then the body contains the actual content of your web page. So this is the element tree behind your HTML. So here we have divided it into two. One is head and then the body. So head contains the HTML elements which belongs to your head, like title, script, style, etc. And then the body contains many HTML elements for describing your content of your HTML page. So the root element HTML occurs only once in a document as the first tag. So to strictly conform with the XHTML 1.0 standard, the HTML start tag must also contain the XMLNS, which is used as a namespace attribute specification. So the markup information which is contained in tags, the character data of the document, which is everything outside of the markup tags and is generally information that is intended to be displayed by the browser. So here there are two things. One is your front end, the other one is your back end. So front end is the stuff that we use and interact with HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Back end is everything else. So we have so many choices for your back end, like your databases. And if you are going to develop a web page for a restaurant, so back end is everything for that happens in a kitchen. So the front end is what is placed and sent to our table. So this is also the difference between the static and the dynamic pages. So restaurant website versus Facebook. So here the restaurant website will have a static page which contains of the menu or the price information of your restaurant. The food has been provided there. But the Facebook is an example of a dynamic page which has been changed every second. So this is the general rule of an HTML tag. So here a HTML tag will start from an tag name, and then we have to close it and we have to write the content and we have to give a backslash and again a tag name. So it is an so here the head element contains information used for other purposes by the browser, like title, script, style. So title shown in the title bar of the browser window, scripts the client side program, style display information. So here the body element contains information displayed in the browser client area. So this is the history behind your HTML. So there are so many versions in HTML. So the first version has been established by Tim Berners-Lee in 1990, which allowed publishing and exchanging of scientific and technical documents and allowed electronic linking of documents via hyperlinks. So here the elements used in the HTML first version is title, paragraph, hyperlinks, headings, simple list, glossaries and address blocks, which also contains information about the document author and typically italicized. So no facility for producing tables or fill-in forms, much less for including images within a document. So and again the next versions has been established in the coming years, like 1995 HTML2, 3.2 in 1997, 4 in 1999, XHTML in 2000, HTML5, which is the last version of HTML, which has been established in 2014. And this is the bar years. So in 1993, Mosaic browser adds support for images, sound, video to HTML. So browser was between Netscape and Microsoft has been evolved. So HTML was defined operationally by the elements that browser support developers choose to implement and the ways in which their browsers responded to these elements. So in 1994, Tim Berners-Lee launched the World Wide Web Consortium, in part with the goal of producing standards for HTML. So browser was slowed and standards community caught up, that is W3C. And this is the cleanup effort, which change comes from the standards community, so which defines a language, its syntax and its semantics. So syntax conforms to the language, meta language, syntax for HTML 4.0 SGML, and W3 introduced the extensible markup language, a restricted version of SGML. And semantics is the description in a natural language. Thank you.